All right. This is a pretty impromptu video. Really impromptu. So I guess my apologies in advance if I start going all over the place, not making much sense, and dragging on. I have no idea how long this video is going to be. Yeah, I've been meaning to make a video now for, I don't know, several months. But honestly, when I thought about what am I going to make a video about, really didn't really have anything going on. Wasn't really anything, I guess, worthwhile making a video about. But just recently, I've kind of got a little remotivated. Today is February 9th. I'm gonna get into the significance of February 9th in just a couple minutes. But anyway, I had some time this morning. I was like, I'm just gonna go shoot a video. So anyway, want to start with an update. The last video that I made was, the last video I put out publicly on YouTube was in August. That was when I had ended a challenge I was working on. I did post another video in September on Patreon, but August was the last public one here. Yeah, September, October, November, I got in a really good place. I was in a really good place. I was active with work. I was working out almost every day, like at least 5 or 6 times a week, if not 7 days a week, 5 or 6, 7 days a week. And my diet wasn't great. I wasn't counting calories, doing any sort of tracking, wasn't weighing myself, but I just felt like small incremental changes, like, over a couple weeks or a month, and they really add up. And before you know it, you start feeling good, you start feeling leaner, more muscular or whatever. And so I was on a roll. It felt great. And then the holidays hit. I have always had a problem with the holidays. Definitely something I need to work on. I don't stick to my plan. I don't continue lifting weights and working out and eating right, saying no to junk food. I just go along with all the food and the partying and the alcohol and it just it just went downhill with starting Thanksgiving and all the way up until basically now. Before Thanksgiving, I weighed right around 185. I was bouncing around between 180 and 185. I think right before Thanksgiving was 185. Weighed myself this morning. I was 198.3. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was 198.3 because I was up 13 pounds. So yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, obviously, the bad news is I gained 13 pounds, right? But the good news, I didn't go over 200, and I did not want to see 200 on the scale. I was actually worried about that, but so I feel like this is good. This is good. I caught this now. Let's correct the ship, right the ship, whatever. So yeah. February 9th. So today's February 9th. I did a video about February 9th back in 2017. It would have been during my when I was daily vlogging. Maybe I just put a clip in here. I put up my original weight chart. This is the old weight chart that I made back in 2004 when I did I charted my first really significant weight loss. The date that I started in 2004, which is up here, 250 pounds, is February 9th. It's February 9th, 2004. And for some reason, several other years, I started my weight loss journey on February 9th. February 9th became the day that I started losing weight. So yeah, I can't believe that it's been It's been 7 years. That was 2017. We're in 2024. It's been 7 years since I made that video. Crazy. But anyway, so yeah, February 9th. I just feel like, I don't know. I thought about this like a day or two ago. I had to look it up because I didn't actually remember if it was February 6th or February 9th. It turned out February 9th. I'm like, okay. Let's get back. Let's start. Let's start back into the process on February 9th. Today's Friday. I think when I first, back in 2004, I think February 9th was a Monday. I'm almost positive because I always started my diets on a Monday. Today's a Friday. If you had to pick one day of the week that's probably the worst day to start a diet on, it would be Friday. But I don't really care. It's going to start it. Just going to start. I don't really have a lot of details about what I'm going to do. Again, impromptu. I do know that I'm going to be cutting out a lot of the junk, a lot of alcohol. Gonna watch added sugar. I really, even when I'm not eating well, I always look at the labels and I just don't want added sugar in things. Not to be confused with natural sugar, right? Right now, oranges are in season. I love oranges, right? So, a lot of fruits and vegetables. I want to try to stay with whole foods as much as possible. I can touch on that again in a second. What else? Supplements. I've talked about this in the past. I take supplements that help with recovery, specifically for weight training. I want to focus on that because I love lifting weights. So I want to recover as quickly as possible so that I can get back, so I can do what I love. That's really, and it's probably not the best. They say you should really focus on taking days off and recovering, but I'm not trying to. I think that's for somebody who's trying to like maximize their muscle gain or physique or whatever. I'm not. That's not really what I'm. I love lifting weights, so I want to do it as often as I can. So that's where those supplements come in. I've said this before. I'm not taking steroids. I am not on testosterone replacement therapy. Just don't think either of those are anything that I need. I do take a lot of other supplements. So yeah, there's that. I'm going to be taking like a multivitamin, probably something geared toward, fitness. Animal Pack, possibly. I've taken that in the past. I think that it's on the more expensive side. I think it's like $2 a day, to take the recommended dose of it. So I don't know. It's expensive, but it is one of those vitamins that I think I've actually felt something from. So yeah, and maybe I'll link a video where I talked about all this, the recovery supplements that I take. Drinking water, I really want to get back into that right now. So I'm drinking coffee. I've gone off and on coffee before. I'm probably going to continue drinking coffee. I put half and half of my coffee. We just recently started grinding our own coffee beans. Well, they're not our coffee. We buy coffee beans and then we grind them. I feel like it makes a weaker cup of coffee, but that really doesn't matter to me because I've had so much caffeine in my life that I just don't feel like it does much. It's more of a psychological. It's the taste. Like I just smell coffee, taste it, like I just feel like I wake up. And so I do. So I feel like the coffee's weaker, but that's good because I don't need to put as much half and half in it, saving calories. So I'm probably going to at least continue that. Now, the other really bad thing is I've been drinking diet soda. It's not good. I know it's not good. It's not good. It's not healthy to do. But I have used diet soda in the past to help with weight loss, or at least help spark, like in the beginning, weight loss. And then once I get rolling and once I get things going and I'm feeling good, and I will, my goal is to cut that back out. I've been off and on that before, so I am drinking that right now. I know, not good, but hopefully it helps me at least get started. The other thing I'm really going to prioritize is sleep. Specifically, well, yeah, trying to get 8 hours, but being more consistent with when I get to bed and when I wake up. So the problem with my job right now, like I'm a pet sitter, and we have clients that go away on vacation, and specifically with dogs, they need to go out first thing in the morning, and they usually get like a bedtime visit at night, and then one or two more visits during the day. So that it's kind of, you get a couple of those, and then you're coming and going from your house all day, and you don't really have. I feel like, especially the breakfast visits, it's tough because, like, I'm more of a morning person. If I had to choose, I would work out in the morning over working out at night. My ideal would probably be like mid-morning or approaching lunch, but I've been finding it very difficult to get the workouts in. And even if I have a couple hours, it's like I want to take a pre-workout, get ready, stretch a little bit, go work out. Then whether I have some protein afterward and then shower, it just like I don't feel like I've had the time. So anyway, back to sleep. What I decided is, even with a breakfast visit, our first visit doesn't start until 8 a.m. So if I can get to bed at 9 p.m., which is early, and get up at 5, right? So that's my 8-hour block. I probably won't sleep full 8 hours, but if I can get 7, so get up at 5, give myself an hour to get a cup of coffee, get the blood flowing, maybe do a little cardio or stretch a little bit, and then work out, leave 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. where I can lift weights. That would give me enough time afterward to probably get some protein, take a shower, and get out by 7:30, quarter of 8 to get to my first visit. So, obviously I don't have breakfast visits every day, but if I can get into that routine, so even on a day if I don't have a breakfast visit and I could work out at 9, right, instead, I still want to keep the same bedtime and wake time routine. So yeah, I mentioned protein. Well, anyway, so that's my goal as far as sleep and working out, how I'm going to fit the workouts in and make sure that I can do them. I mentioned trying to stick to whole foods. Protein powder is, it's processed, but it's also one of the quickest ways to get a good dose of protein in, like right after a workout, or to be able to like make it here and then I can leave the house, take it with me. It's tougher to do with whole, like chicken or something else like that. So I don't know. I'm probably going to have protein powder around and make some protein shakes, at least in the beginning, and then maybe try to find some other sources of protein that so I don't need to do that. But yeah, so that is that's a diet, that's sleep. I'm kind of, I mean, this has been an ongoing thing for me and this channel, but I've been kind of working on a new like life philosophy, I guess. I've only ever put it into play sporadically here and there, but it definitely feels like it's the right thing. I don't really know how much I'm going to like go into it here because it kind of centers around living in the moment, which I've talked about a lot. But it's more than just, take 5 minutes, go for a walk outside, live in the moment, and then go back to your stressful life, your stressful job, or whatever. It's about making changes in your life to eliminate stress, avoid stress, and distress in particular, not eustress. Right? Eustress is a challenge stress. I actually think that's good, but trying to live in the moment more throughout the day, it creates problems because everybody in the world is living their life with their mind. They're not living in the moment. And I've noticed that when I do this, I can feel the tension from other people, specifically human minds, object to living in the moment. And so it's not something that I want to put out here. I don't really want to. My point is not to get into arguments with people. If I started telling you the things that I'm doing and not doing, and it would be shocking probably. So I don't want to create problems. I don't want to get into arguments. I just whatever. So again, I don't know how much I'm going to go into it. Again, it just centers around living in the moment, trying to live in the moment as much as I can throughout the day. What else? I guess that's it. I mean, I just, I guess quickly back to February 9th. This is such a great time of year to start. Like, not specifically February 9th, but mid-February, I guess. We've got warmer weather right around the corner. There's enough time between now and the summer where you start to wear fewer clothing outside, and you can put it to plan and lose some weight before the summer. It's just a great time to do it. We had like 2 weeks, I guess, of just clouds. And they weren't even clouds with texture. If the clouds had some texture, I guess I would feel a little bit better, but it was just like this haze, and it just was so depressing. I mean, we've had a few days now where a little nicer weather and we have some blue sky and sun, so it feels better. But that's kind of what prompted this. And when I looked up February 9th, and I was like, oh, let's just start. Let's go. This is perfect timing. As far as I'm guessing we're getting a delivery. That's our delivery alarm. Anyway, as far as the channel goes, I really just want to make the content fun. I've got my gym right now is in a state of disarray. It really is. I've been putting a lot of time down here in the basement, getting rid of junk, throwing stuff away that we've collected for years, selling some stuff. I want to expand the gym again. I want to do some work down here. I've got an idea actually for kind of like a theme gym, but that's a ways off. I want to buy some new equipment. So for Christmas, I asked for Amazon gift cards and money, basically. And I also got like a decent amount of tips for work. Is that annoying? The oil burner's on. Anyway, what am I gonna do? So anyway, I have some cash around, and so I've got my eye on some new equipment. So I want to, I want to post some content about that, and just working out, and maybe getting back into doing some cardio. Yeah, and I'm just excited. I'm excited to see if I still have it. I'm excited to see if I can still lose the weight. I'm 56 years old, right? I'm getting close to 60. They say it's that much more difficult when you're older. It's harder to lose weight and everything. But I don't know. I don't know. I just want to challenge myself. I want to challenge myself to see what I can do, and I enjoy the process. So, yeah. Anyway, that's probably gonna wrap it up. I do have another challenge, a little mini challenge for myself, probably for this year, but I'll save that for another video. Again, impromptu, and I don't really have the details of like what I'm going to do with that. But I have some ideas of other stuff I want to talk about and make videos. So anyway, yeah, that's where I've been. That's where I'm headed, and yeah, that's it. Talk to you next time.